Welcome back to our first child psychology program. And in this program, we are going to learn specifically nature of developmental processes. Okay, here we will dive into different theories and what does this change mean, and what does this developmental process this and that. We are going to learn a lot of things. So I will do a screen share. Okay, child psychology and developmental psychology has combined. I'm teaching you, okay, not separately, as a combined. Nature of developmental processes. Okay, what do we mean by developmental processes? Okay, and what is its nature? Child development follow a pattern irrespective of gender, cultural, racial, linguistic, ethnic, and other such differences. Development studies take into account this aspect. Studies on development also revolve around certain debates. So, what we are trying to say here is child development follows a pattern, whether even though we have different gender, different culture, racial, linguistic, ethnic, and other differences. There may be we may be from different society, different background, different family, different nation. Still, development follows a certain pattern. Okay, it follows a certain pattern. So why it follows a certain pattern? Because our DNA is similar. All human being DNA are similar comparing to that other types of animal. Okay, that is why our developmental process has similar or follows a pattern. Okay, that's same pattern in all human beings. One is typical patterns and individual differences. Child development exhibit typical patterns of change. At the same time, acknowledge that there are individual variation in this pattern of change and behavior. Though they are typical patterns of change, individual variation exists, and no two individuals are the same. So, what does it mean here? Typical pattern and individual differences, even though we follow the same pattern of development, whether you are from Japan, whether you are from America, whether you are from India, or whether you are from rich family, big poor family, whether we are from different culture, different uh, tradition, community, all this, even though we are from different places, we still follow the same, okay, similar pattern of development. And at the same time, as an individual, we also have our own differences again. You got what I mean? So even as an individual, we have the same sorry we have uh, individually we have differences, pattern of development, developmental processes individually. You got it, man? So at the same time, we also follow some the same pattern of typical patterns as a human being, and also at the same time, individually we have our differences. That's what we want to clarify. And second is continuity and discontinuity pattern of child's growth. So normative development is development has a continuous and cumulative. Continuity views child's growth as a change that are gradual in thinking, talking, and feeling in much of the same way as they grow taller. Continuity views child growth as continuous and more abrupt. A succession of change that produce different behavior in different age specific life periods called stages. The continuity view believe that the child go the same stage in the same order but not necessarily at the same pace. Biological change provides the potential, the starting point for this change by distant transition in physical or psychological functioning. So what we are trying to say here is, as a normative development, the view has a continuous and cumulative process. Okay, continuous development is continuous. Okay, it's continuous, maybe development maybe from physical or cognitive, that is from the brain parts, from the emotion or language. The development is continuous, and at the same time all human beings follows the same development pattern, what we call stage. Okay, we from one stage to another it follows the same stage pattern, but at the same time uh, some people has individually, some people will reach the stage early, or some people will a little bit delay, maybe in few days or in few months or in few years. Some people will delay, and that uh, things will be there, okay, due to our individual uh, development. You got my point, but the stage are the same, and at the same time some children they have discontinuous development. They discontinue their development because of some gene, or because of some physical problem or mental problem. Okay, I mean, because of their illness, some people will stop their growth, their development in one way or the other. They will stop, and those people were different thing. But here, some most of the people, as a general, we are trying to mm, follow some sort of pattern. At the same time, some people will be a little bit faster, some people will be a little bit slower. That's what we are trying to say here. And also, this biological has a pattern, has a clock, okay, where it is developing on its own processes. That is why physically or biologically the functioning happens on its own. And outside of this biological, we have family, we have friend, we have our environment. Uh, that's also contribute to our development, right? Nature versus nurture. This is an ongoing debate on influence of heredity versus the influence of social environment in the process of development of the child through the lifespan. How much does a heredity contribute to the development of the child versus the environment in which the child is born into, grows and lives? In what way do nature and nurture interact? Nature refers to the process of biological maturation, inheritance of genes, and maturation growth. Development of human beings is so similar because of our common species heredity. DNA guides all of us through the same developmental change at the same point in our lives. Nurture refers to the impacts of environment, which involve the process of learning through experience. Family, school, peers, neighbors, community, state, nation, global, etc. The human behavior is basically learned behavior. Behavior is learned by being taught or by the process of limitation. Here, what we are trying to say is development takes in two form. One is nature, our biological, okay, and the other is nurture, our outside environment, our family, our school, our friend, our society, our culture, this and that. So there is ongoing debate which one is more uh, which one contribute more in our development. Okay, so this nature is the same development which everyone follows. Okay, like for example, after no matter which family or which nation or which tribe you are from, you will still have experience for a woman like a monthly period at the age of 11 or 13 commonly, right? No matter where you are from, because this that one is nurture. And at the same time, some rich family, some educated family will be able to speak fluently or will be very mature in early years comparing to the one who live in village, who are not educated, who are not properly nurtured, who are not properly trained. Okay, so nurture one makes us different individually. Okay, and also the nature give us the growth that is similar to one another even though we are from different background. So this nature, what we also call, because of our DNA, we have similar growth, developmental change at the same point in our life. Okay, developmental change at the same point in our life. And also through this nurture, through this our family, school, peers, neighbors, community, we have different kind of uh, development that were different from one person to another, from one community to another community. So human behavior is basically learned behavior. So from our school, from our family, from our community, we learn some kind of behavior that it will be totally different from other community, right? But our nature, that is our biological, our DNA will make us similar growth, similar development from one person to another as well, similar. Okay. Studies on nature versus nurture. Twins. Identical twins have the same genotype. Fraternal twins have about 50% of gene in common. Twins exhibit common behavior because of common genotypes, yet individual variation persists. Adoption studies. Similarities and biological family support nature. While similarities with adoptive family suggest nature, children in adoptive homes learn and accept behavior, mannerisms of the adoptive family. So, what we are trying to say here is twins, they have the same genes, right? As a twins, you will have similarities. Let's say, just example, 50% similarity. Even though you are, let's say, you do not live in one family. Just example, after you born, your brother is taken by other family, okay, and you are living in with your parents. That means you have different family, different community. You got what I mean? But at the same time, these two twins will still have common nature, okay, because their genes is this 50% is common. That is why. And at the same time, two person who are different, living in different family, in different background, family background, even though they have different nature. Sorry, let me repeat. Let's say you are living with your family and your parents adopt another boy or another girl into your family. Even though that with that person you have totally different DNA, because that child whom you adopt is from different parent, right? But as you are living together in one family, slowly, gradually you will have the same kind of similar growth, because you are living under one roof with the same parents, with the same environment, with inside the same house. So even environment give us similar development process. You got what I mean? Even twins with our DNA, we have similarities, and also with our environment give us similar development processes. Stability and change. Stability theories implies that personality traits present during infant endures through the lifespan. Change theories argue that the personalities are modified by interaction with family, experience at schools, and acculturation along with growth and maturations. So what we are trying to say here is there is some kind of stability as well as there is change. Stability, one is our DNA, our biological, the process takes on its own, you know, the process takes on its own. Whether you are from different society, you will still be from 11 years to 20 years adolescence, right? You will still be adolescents. No matter where you are from, you will never be adolescents starting from 20 years to 30, 30 years. Between that, you will never be adolescents. You got what I mean? That is because of our physical, because of our DNA, similar DNA. But the change will take place because we are from different family, we experience school and friendship differently. Okay, we experience a lot of things differently. That is why that change that change will bring growth and maturations on different stages. You got what I mean, right? So change is possible because of our environment. With different environment, with different brought up, we experience change and also stability because of our biological or DNA. There are a lot of developmental, like we already say, developmental theory. One is Sigmund Freud, the other one is Jean Piaget and Eric Erikson. Okay, there are a lot of developmental task theory, developmental this and that. But we are specifically going to focus social developmental stage theory in our training program. All the rest are relevant, but we will not cover everything here. Okay, thank you so much for staying till the end and learning about uh, the nature of developmental processes. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. See you in the next video.